Hello YouTube, it's RCB and I'm back with another review video. Today I will be reviewing the 17th movie I've seen this year, The Old Man and the Gun. Now, I can't begin to say enough about this movie. This is easily in the top 3 of my favorite films that I've seen this year. It is, without a doubt, also one of the best films that I have seen this year. It was written cleverly and funnily. It was directed amazingly. And the acting was spot on. Entire cast firing on all cylinders, just enjoyable. That's the main thing with this movie. There was not a moment since this film started, when I sat down and watched it, that I wasn't smiling or laughing. It is just an incredibly charming movie. And the cast is incredible, and it is, without a doubt, a worthy movie to be Robert Redford's final performance. And he just knocks it out of the park. And I mean, with a cast of heavyweights like this, you have to assume that this is going to be a great film. There are great actors in thankless roles, like less than 3-minute roles. Like Keith Carradine, who I love from playing President Dalton on Madam Secretary. He is a captain in the precinct of where Casey Affleck's John Hunt works, and he has maybe a minute, generously, of screen time, and he still is just killing it. And then you also have John David Washington as Lieutenant Kelly, and I saw him this year previously in BlacKkKlansman, and again, an almost thankless role, but he's killing every second of it. And probably the biggest undersell of this movie is Elisabeth Moss as Dorothy, who is largely known for playing the main character in Handmaid's Tale, but I grew up watching her on The West Wing. And she has a good scene with Casey Affleck, but these three, they're solid actors, and they have these small roles. So that's to say that the entire cast is just incredibly well casted, well performed. It's just a solid group of people working on this movie. It's directed by David Lowery, who worked with Robert Redford previously on Disney's remake of Pete's Dragon, and as a writer and director on this film, he just knocks it out of the park. The film looks like it's supposed to be a Robert Redford film. It's got that grainy feel that movies used to have, where it's not a clean digital picture, and you're loving it every second of this movie. The story is so clever, so well written. It's based in part on an article from the New Yorker about a guy who worked with 2 other guys, and in their 70s and 60s they just pulled off this insane string of bank heists. And you can't help but watch this movie but sympathize with all the people who got robbed by Robert Redford, because he's just charming in this film. There is nothing about him that you dislike. There's actually nothing in almost any of the main characters that you dislike in this movie. They all are relatable, they're funny, and you understand why they're doing it. And yes, some of them are doing things that are not good, but they're never malicious about it, and because they're never malicious about it, it is so enjoyable to just watch this story. This little ring of bank robbers that portrayed by Robert Redford, Danny Glover, and Tom Waits, they're just this funny group of guys who just go around robbing banks. They change cars so you can't follow them, and it just is a movie that makes you feel good watching it. And it's been a long time since I've seen anything that you're just feeling good the whole time. Now, 2 of the highlights in this movie are so much in the acting. The chemistry between Robert Redford and Sissy Spacek is just phenomenal, and it's so surprising to me that they've never worked together before this film, because you see it in every shot. The relationship that they're building, when they're suspicious of the other one, but that doesn't change how they feel about each other, and it's just so enjoyable. But one of the big surprises in this movie for me was the chemistry between Robert Redford and Casey Affleck, because from a lot of the promotional, it's just seen as he's the guy chasing Robert Redford, and you never see them interact with each other. But they take the story from the get-go, and they build this chemistry between Redford and Affleck of the cat and the mouse, chasing the other one, never quite getting caught. And then there's this amazing scene where they come face to face. And you don't see it coming. And them acting off each other is just so amazing. It keeps you engaged every second. And you're like holding your breath at this moment and so many other moments, because you're like, is he gonna get caught? Is this where this story's going? I can't believe they're going there. And that's the impressive thing about this movie, is that it never feels like a huge movie. It is such a small movie, and the stakes are so small given that this is a group of people going across the country robbing banks. And it's just so enjoyable through and through. I can't say anything bad about this film. It is just a charming small film that fits right in the vein of why you loved Robert Redford when he was young, why you still love Robert Redford now, and it's just so good. Like, honestly, I was having the not the best of days before I went and saw this film, and just watching it and coming out afterwards, you just felt better. My day actually felt better because I had seen this movie. And I would highly recommend you look up if this movie is playing near you. Right now, it's a limited release of Los Angeles and New York, but it will be expanding to a couple more cities, but it's not going to get a really wide release, which I think is a big shame, because this is quite possibly the best movie I've seen this year, and I would recommend it to everyone, that everyone should go and see this movie, because the acting, the story, and the direction is just so good. I can't say enough about this film. And if I keep saying stuff, I'm probably going to turn this into an hour-long video. So, coming down to my rating, on a scale of 1 to 5, it's hands down 5 out of 5. Completely enjoyable, charming, funny, simple movie, and there should be more films like this, where it just takes a real-life story that's just a little bit bigger than life itself. Like the idea that a group of old men are going around robbing banks and getting away with it as much as they do. Because that's the thing. This guy got away 16 times. He broke out of jail 16 times. And it's just a good film. And if you can find it, if it's playing anywhere near you, I would say go see it. It is absolutely worth your time and money to go see this film. If you have any comments on the film from your own experiences, leave those in the comments below. Otherwise, if you want to hear more from me, hit the subscribe button down below and the little bell to be notified when I come out with more videos. And until then, this has been RCB, and I'll see you later.